What is going on, guys? It's Reflex here, and we have more information on Melody of Memory. Now, GameCode actually had interviews with a lot of the staff from Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, but Nomura sat down and talked to them a whole bunch about just the game in general and information about it. So as you guys can see on your screen right now, I'm going to read off everything and then we'll talk about it after. But it says, there are 20 plus playable characters in the game, which account for 4 main teams and Disney characters. There are no costume changes available, and the characters will retain the same appearance they had during their respective adventures to reflect these past versions of themselves. There are close to 800 collectible cards depicting various illustrations and characters, which is cool for the people that want to 100% the game and just kind of have something completionist wise to do. But then boss stages are limited and only appear at critical points in progression. Boss themes are not exclusive to these stages. Some are used in field battle, for example, which I will get into that after this, because there's actually on the Kingdom Hearts Twitter they talked about the 3 different type of music stages you can play. Songs can be unlocked by progressing through the game, and once obtained they will be available in other modes at any time. A few are only available through item synthesis, but it will be easy for players to access the entire playlist. You cannot build your own team. The trios are preset, and we actually seen something that was like team days for Shion, Roxas, and Axel, which team days I don't think is the best name for him. I mean, it makes sense, but I feel like they could have used a different name. But then in PvP, players can use 10 different kinds of tricks against their opponents, such as HP change, trick drain, stealth enemy, phantom enemy, hide guide, hide enemy, etc. These cannot be countered, but the more proficient you become at the game, the faster you'll be able to fill your own gauge and retaliate. Near the end of the song, you'll be able to use 2 tricks at once to further sabotage your opponent. There are no new worlds in Melody of Memory. When asked if new story elements are playable, Nomura says not really. Now, honestly, when I first read that, there's going to be not any new worlds in Melody of Memory, I looked at the replies to that tweet, and because obviously KH Insider and all that are gonna post stuff, but like when I seen the responses to it, people were actually mad, and I'm like, why exactly were we expecting new worlds in this game? This is all based on Kairi's memories, and we've been with her pretty much since the start, so her memories are almost our memories of where she's been, so why would we see a different world that she's never been to, So it didn't really make sense why I was seeing people be mad. But overall, I mean, I'm pretty excited for everything that they showed, as well as everything that they talked about. Now, the 20 plus characters, I mean, that's cool, but to be honest, when it comes down to this game, just like all in all, it's really just going to be a game that's going to hold us over until, obviously until the PS5 comes out. We're going to play games that's going to lead us into Kingdom Hearts 4 whenever that comes out, because this game, there's not any customization, there's not going to be any costumes or anything, which obviously you probably wouldn't want that. But I feel like for PvP they could have gave you like certain costumes that you could have put on. Not that you want too many, because obviously costumes weren't really much of a thing anyways in Kingdom Hearts, other than just like game by game. But I mean, for this game in particular, it seems like completing it is not going to be too difficult. You'll be able to do that fairly easy, I would say, because the story they said is only going to be like 10 hours. And once you do that, then you do the PvP and try to get all, you're probably going to be halfway done with getting the trophies by the time you're finished with the story. And then you continue, you get the platinum. Then you really got nothing else to do, because I will say, I feel as if this game will not be played, for me personally, I feel like this game will not be played after I beat it and maybe complete it, because at that point, if I want to, play the music again, I probably will just play it in my ear while I'm playing a different game. But, I mean, all in all, I'm excited. I mean, this is not bashing this game in any way. I'm excited about what they talked about. I'm still curious on how the game is exactly going to control, but I guess we'll just have to wait to see how that works. But on to the Kingdom Hearts Twitter, where they talked about the 3 types of music stages. So as you guys can see on your screen right now, the first we got is field battle, where you have to defeat enemies in time to the rhythm with all kinds of actions, including abilities and mid-air attacks, which we've seen this, well, we've seen everything in the trailer, but we've seen this most of all, because this is kind of the selling point, going to be the majority of what you're playing throughout, like, because obviously there's going to be boss fights and there's going to be certain cutscenes, but all in all, it's going to be a lot of field battle instead. But then second, we have memory dive, which is the cutscenes. You'll need to time your button presses to the rhythm while iconic Kingdom Hearts scenes play in the background. So obviously we have the Kingdom Hearts 1 opening, We have Let It Go, which, I mean, I really don't want to hear that song again. We have a scene from Dream Drop Distance, as well as the scene in Kingdom Hearts 3 when Riku puts down his Keyblade into the ground for you-know-who. Finally, you face off against epic boss characters in rhythmic battle and boss battle music stages. Now, obviously, we've seen Xemnas, we've seen a fight with Xemnas, and we've seen a fight with Maleficent. Now, all these boss fights are cool, but I really can't wait to play it because I am curious how tedious it might be, because obviously, I mean, judging by how this game is going to go, you have to go with the music, but when it comes to boss fights, you're also going to hear all the sound effects. You're probably going to hear possibly, you know, the boss talk to you, doing their catchphrases when they're attacking and all this and that, and I feel like that might be a teeny bit distracting when you're playing. Same with the cutscenes. I feel like the field battles will probably be the less tedious out of all three of them, but the other two, you're hearing cutscenes, you're probably going to hear talking in the background, and the other one you're hearing boss fights with sound effects and all this and that. That might drown out the song to the point where you might not be able to time your presses the best, because I mean, personally, me, you know, with like Guitar Hero and all the stuff that, I mean, all the rhythm games that we had in the past, it's always been mainly music oriented, and you didn't really have anything else in the background, so it's always been pretty simple to stay on beat and not get distracted at all. But with this, I mean, I can drown out a lot of sound, but I feel like if I'm getting into the boss fight or something and then I start hearing some, I don't even know exactly, like, I'm trying to think of an example, probably was like Xemnas, maybe if they showed the scene where Riku and Sora's, you know, spinning and deflecting all the beams coming at them, that might be a little distracting depending on the effect that you might hear, because I feel like at that point I'm not even going to hear the song depending. But I don't know, it's just, all in all, we're going to have to wait till the game comes out to see exactly how it's going to play, because for all I know, you could probably go in your settings and turn the sound effects down to hear the music even more, at least depending on how they do it, because I know, like, pretty much in every other game you can be really creative on how you want your sound. Like in Call of Duty, you literally can edit every single aspect of your sound to make sure you can, you know, hear what you want to hear. So maybe in Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory you can do the exact same thing. But let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think of this information. Are you excited for this game? What do you think about these boss fights and the cutscene aspects of this kind of rhythmic game? Because I mean, like I said, for me personally, I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be distracting or not, but who knows, it might not be an issue. But let me know down in the comment section below your thoughts. But if you guys did enjoy this video, leave a like, subscribe, and you guys know the drill. I will see you guys later.